Greetings, welcome to Favored Praise, an awakening where we ask deeper questions and seek to understand some of the theories and things behind policies, frameworks, visions for nations, for regions, for the world, everywhere, you name it. If it's a policy, we're there and we're asking questions. So welcome to our inner court. If it's your first time here, please feel free as we hand you over the scepter of leadership to also have an opportunity to ask those questions and also think deeper. We're not just asking random questions, but it's questions where we sit down and think deeper and ask ourselves, why is it like this? Why is there an E instead of an S? Well, it's not like we're trying to be impossible. We're just trying to make sure that when we reach the finished product, it's what everyone knew about. It's what everyone agreed of. It's what everyone had a say to. So thank you very much for joining us today. And not to waste much time, today we're delving into Africa and we're going to a very beautiful nation called Zimbabwe. Well, just a brief introduction of who is Zimbabwe, where is she located, and what is she best known for. So Zimbabwe is a beautiful country located in the southern part of Africa, and the name Zimbabwe comes from the Shona saying Zimbabwe, which means house of stone or a house made of stone. And Zimbabwe is also a bearer of, holds the name breadbasket of Africa. That was once its nickname to say Zimbabwe is the breadbasket of Africa. So moving on, it's also a house to one of the seven wonders in the world, the beautiful Victoria Falls, and also it has beautiful people, and beautiful culture. So looking at Zimbabwe, today we just want to talk about its Vision 2030. And some may ask, what is this Vision 2030? Well, Vision 2030 is a vision that aims to make Zimbabwe a prosperous and an empowered upper middle income society by 2030, which is just 5 years from now, literally 5 years from now. So, and if it's just 5 years from now, it means we are now nearer to 2030 than we have ever been. And we have these different questions that we want to ask because this is a bold and a very clear vision to say this is what we want to see in our country. This is what we want to see in our nation. And there are different policy frameworks that have already been, enacted to make sure that this vision comes to pass. And these include like development policies that address economic, social and governance challenges, and it's a lot, right? It's really a lot. And one of the questions that we want to ask ourselves, or we want to ask those who hold power, is there gender balance in all of this? In achieving Vision 2030, where is gender balance enacted in all of this? Well, I know a lot of people would come and say gender balance is everywhere. Gender balance is, women getting the political quota, women getting, the stake in this, women getting land, women getting all of these things, education, some of it which is in the constitution of Zimbabwe. But then we want to ask deeper questions, not just to say, are there women represented? No, it's not just about representation. We just want to ask, what are the women doing? How were the women elected to be there? What is the criteria of election? These are the questions that we want to ask. Why? Because when we say, for example, we have a women's quota in parliament, and we just bring in women because we want to fulfill the women's quota, then it does a disservice to women, because at the end of the day, if they don't deliver, this is what then makes it to say, oh, this gender balance, oh, this is just gender balance, this is just flowering the map. Are women just being used as a face, or are women being used, not used rather, I think used is a strong word, please forgive me. Are women made to be the face of empowerment, or the face of this upper middle income society by 2030? If they are, we're not saying they are. If they are actually being made to be part of it, are they being made to be the face of the empowerment, or are they the ones that are actually driving the change to ensure that Zimbabwe is an upper middle income society by 2030? Because there is a very big difference between the ones that drive the change and the ones that become the face of the change. Because sometimes what happens is, when you are the face of the change, when the change happens, so again, there is a difference between the ones that drive the change and the ones that become the face of the change. And the question that we want to ask with regards to Vision 2030 is, which part are women taking? Is it being face of change, or being drivers of change? And we don't stop there, because we can say, oh, we are very much happy that we have 10 women driving this change, driving Zimbabwe to be an upper middle income society by 2030. But what vision are they driving? Sometimes it's hard for someone to come and drive a vision that they were never a part of. So now we want to understand, to go back and understand, were women actually part of making this vision? Who was at the table? Who was at the vision board writing? Who got that invitation to say, hey, we are holding a vision board writing for 2030, a Zimbabwe vision board writing? Who was at that table? Was it women? Was it young people? Was it men? Who was at that table? Did the people at the table represent everyone? Did the people at the table become a full representation of Zimbabwe? A full representation of the people of Zimbabwe? A full representation of what Zimbabwe is going through, and a full representation of what Zimbabwe wants to see in 2030? These are the questions that we want to ask. These are the questions that you and us should be asking, to say, well, we see the vision. The vision is here before us. We see the policy frameworks. They are here before us. We see the sporadic appearance of women in these policy frameworks, But our questions are deeper than just a face appearing in front of us and recognizing as female. We want something bigger than that. We want to ask questions beyond that face, to say, is the voice that you're projecting really your voice? I think this is the question that sometimes we should ask ourselves. When you come in and you say, oh yes, she's a female, and she gives that speech, is that speech really a representation of your experience as a female, of your experience in a community as a female, of the experiences of other females, or it's a voice of a product? Maybe like a product branding. You never know, well, I'm just tempted to make like this short comment, but anyway, let me not make it. But these are the comments, you see now, I wanted to make it. These are the questions that we need to start asking ourselves. These are the questions that we want to awaken each other to ask. Not because we're questioning just women, no, we're not questioning just women and to say, they're against women empowerment. We're trying, everyone is trying to make women be at the same level as men, have the same level of exposure, of access, of this and that as men. We're not questioning that. We're not questioning the efforts being made. We just question in English just left me. We are not questioning just the efforts. We are questioning the intent of the efforts. The intent of the efforts. We don't just want to come and say, oh, there were 10 women, when people ask us when we come to Vision 2030 and say, oh, it was 10 women that stood against corruption, because it's part of the things that Vision 2030 is about. It was 10 women that stood against corruption. We don't want that. We want to know, who are those women? What did they do? How did they get to be part of that? Oh, it was just 10 men. Why 10 men? You understand? We want to ask all these deeper questions, because that's the only way we're going to understand all these policies, and that's the only way we are going to understand why the change happened the way it happened. Because we want to understand, why is the change happening the way it's happening? Because sometimes, also I was now tempted to say another commentary, but anyway, we're out of time. Thank you for joining us today, and if you have questions like we do, thank you for having those questions, and let's ask them together. Let's ask those questions. This is the beginning of us getting answers, and answers don't just come without us asking questions. So I'm encouraging us to ask questions, to ask deeper questions. Don't just do the baseline, but ask deeper. Why is it happening the way it's happening? Well, once again, thank you very much for joining us, and